Hello, it's I, Midmasq from the YouTube channel Midmasq. Welcome to another video. This chair still creaks because I can't find my WD-40. This video is going to be very interesting because it's all about... Let's take a look. What is this video about? This video is about what you should consider when making a Dungeons & Dragons character. Not going to waste your time here. Let's get right into things. Let's begin with working with your Dungeon Master. Working with your Dungeon Master should be the first thing you ever do when making a character. You don't want to make something that might not fit into the world the Dungeon Master has prepared, or vice versa. You don't want to make a character who just doesn't fit in with the world and you don't feel good about it. Talking to your Dungeon Master about your character can go a long way in making a memorable and very fun character. Following that, don't be afraid to get creative. A lot of people might be afraid to ask a DM about some homebrew or some other thing like that, something a little out there, maybe bending the rules a bit. But most Dungeon Masters you'll find are willing to bend the rules just a little bit if something's going to be really cool. So if you have an exotic idea, go for it. Ask your Dungeon Master. It'll probably go over well, hopefully. Right? When coming up with a character, consider who that character is, and what their goal may be, and what their purpose is, and what they like and don't like. These are all tiny little things that will put together your character like a puzzle. The most important part of all that is the goal of the character. What is the character setting out to do? Is the character a warrior who wishes to slay a dragon? Or are they a wizard looking for a lost tome? It can be something that simple, or it can be something more complex, like finding the meaning of life, or what is in the center of our universe. A core idea, a core goal for a character is very important, and often shapes the majority of the story arc for that character. In 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons, races affect the stats of your character. So when you are coming up with your character and your class and what race they will be, you may want to tie these things together to get a better result. For example, elves often have +2 dexterity, +1 intelligence. And because of this, they are very good at being rangers, rogues, etc. Especially a rogue who uses magic, because a rogue who uses magic scales off of intelligence, and that is the secondary bonus given by elves. Following this, when you come up with a character, it's best just to know what your bonuses are and what your class is good at doing. So again, fighter uses strength often. You might want to play a dwarf or a Goliath, something strong. Next thing you should consider is definitely try to avoid making a character who's based off of a joke or a pop culture reference of some sort if you're going for a long-term campaign. For a one-shot, go nuts, play whatever you want. But I have found, and many others have found, that when you play a joke character for a very long campaign, you can start to either feel bad or maybe that the character doesn't fit in with the rest of the party or world even. So don't make a character that you feel like will get old, the joke will get old. You're going to want something that's evergreen, that lasts the duration of the campaign or what have you. Do not feel pressured into playing an exotic character. Now, I have to say this because a lot of people, including myself early on when I first started being a player in Dungeons & Dragons, I felt like I had to make a very mysterious, long PDF character with, like these unique features. Playing a human fighter is just fine. You don't have to worry about trying to be very exotic, very unique. Play what you want to play. It's very important that when you are playing a campaign, a one-shot, that you are having fun. That's why Dungeons & Dragons is a game. You're not trying to make an art piece of a character. That often just comes naturally. If you're having fun, these cool, exotic moments will happen no matter what character you're playing. And the last thing you should definitely consider is when you are making the backstory of your character, try to keep it open-ended and light. The reason I say this, it allows the Dungeon Master to surprise you. And I think that's one of the most important elements of any campaign or one-shot is having these moments that you did not expect for your character's backstory. If you telegraph everything in a PDF of their story and where it should go, you'll be left possibly bored. So give your Dungeon Master the chance to surprise you by leaving these little open-ended bits in your backstory. And you don't have to go too heavy with it, maybe just a page or two. Bonus tip, and I still think it's very important, whatever character you make, doesn't matter what they are, who they are, or where they're going, just make sure you're having fun. A character who you find after a little while isn't too much fun, maybe you don't like playing fighter, maybe you don't like playing rogue. Talk to your Dungeon Master, maybe swap characters. I guarantee you, finding the character, the class, the playstyle that fits you will be a much better experience in the long run. That's it for this video on the Midmasq channel of Dungeons & Dragons. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the whatever the next video is. I don't know. I don't really script these. I hope you have a good evening, night, morning, afternoon, what have you. Adios.